Live. Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Rebecca Rizzo with the red hair, and I am Energy with Shay Rizzo. I have a podcast as well. This is my very first time going live, and I have decided to go ahead and go live on the one subject that is the most popular. There is a lot of people that are learning a little bit more about different types of energy cleansing, different ways to really kind of hone in on some ways to keep. I want to start with this is actually a ritual that a lot of Native Americans had been using. So something goes down long generations after generations, and you can use all types of different things to smudge. You can use sage, which is probably the most popular. My mother, who actually does a lot of Native American rituals and studying, she actually introduced me to this a long time ago. So I am going to show you some ways to use smudging, the things that I have learned and the things I have uncovered. It's going to be very brief, very short, little, whatchamacallit, live stream. So I think I have somebody actually on here. I don't even know how to do this. So if you're on there, I don't know if I can like ask questions. I don't know any of that stuff. So anyway, let's see. Is that like a question? No? Okay. Well, I don't know. Anyway, okay. So I'm still going. Okay. So here is smudging. What is smudging? Smudging is actually the way for you to go ahead and cleanse through smoke of different types of herbs and woods. It's not fire necessarily. It's more just the smoke. So the smoke kind of clears you out. The thought is it will connect into that negative, all the negative energies, all of those negative, dark, not beneficial energies, and will attach to all of that and pull that away and go away with the smoke. So that's the thought. This is an example of a bundle. Okay, so you check this out. This is sage. There are many different kinds of bundle. Here's an example of one. Okay. They're all different. I think this is a grass one. I got this from Arizona, and it didn't have the actual explanation as to what it was that I saved. Doesn't mean it didn't have it. It just means that I don't have it right now. And then one of the things, again, here's a bigger bundle of the sage. This is one I've actually burned. So what I do, and then let me show you too, there's a lot of different ways for you to do it. This is actually paleo stick. And so this is an example of one that I've burned. Okay. Now, how do you burn it? Why do you burn it? What are some of the things that you need to do? Well, before you start, I did actually put together a little list of what you needed. Oh, and it's backwards. So I don't even know if that's going to get it backwards, but okay. So I'm going to go over it. Okay. There's 6 essentials to smudging. Okay. These are some of the things that I wrote down, things that I actually have been beneficial for me to utilize. Okay, the first is you need to set an intention. So what is the reason why you are actually going to smudge? Okay, so I've had conversations with folks where maybe you've moved into a new space and you haven't been there before, or maybe someone has moved out of the space that maybe was not the most positive experience. Okay. Okay. Usually it's because there's a new start. There needs to be some kind of new start, some type of next chapter. And so a lot of times, it's like every time I start a new office or a new location, I will smudge. And so you have to pay attention. So when you smudge, you need to think, okay, so what am I trying to do? Usually it is to cleanse the space of all negative so that you can allow in that fresh, new intention of positive to refill. So you have to kind of clean out space of all the negatives so you can allow more space to be created to be filled with the positive. And so you have to set that intention. That's actually probably the most important that a lot of us don't realize is even when we're actually going to say certain things out loud to certain people, we need to set our intention as to really what are we trying to accomplish by making that statement. A lot of the time when we have conversations with folks, they'll say things to you. I have this happen to me all the time with my husband. I love you, babe, but he does it all the time where he'll sit there and he'll say something and he didn't really, I'll ask him, what was your reason for saying that? it wasn't usually positive whenever he says it. So I always ask, okay, what was your intention? By you saying that, what were you hoping was going to be the end result? And so a lot of the time we don't think about intention in anything that we do. And so especially when we go to smudge or anything that you do that you want a positive energy ripple to be generated, you need to really make sure you set clear intention. My intention with smudging this space is to attach to all negative bonds and residue that has been left over from those before me. I want that to be cleared out of this space to allow a space for fresh, happy, energetic ideas with positive intention to fill this space up. That's actually would be like an intention. The next would be also make sure your intention, right? So now I have your intention, which I did. My intention actually was today to smudge, was to show others how to smudge, so that you can get the benefits out of it. Again, we can create that positive ripple and have that ripple continue on. Listening to Energy with Shay Rizzo on Spotify, and you can't usually see me. So this is something new. I'm excited. Anyway, okay. Back to the light. Okay. Gathering all of your items is the next step. So number two on that. So one is intention, and number two is to collect everything that you need. So what are you going to need today? What type of, that way I can select what item I'm going to be using. Okay. Or what types of bundle. The next is select the area that I want to smudge. Am I going to be smudging my studio? I'm in my studio right now and off, like, show it. I wanted to make sure I placed everything that is a little bit about me behind me. Anyhow, what space do you want to smudge? What are you, what is the space? What's the area? What's the area of your intention? Where are you wanting to clear out and create a flow? You need to think about that. And then when you do figure that out, you're going to want to light it up. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a smaller one because I want to show you how I actually put them away. So some of the things you're going to need. You can always select a crystal as well. So whatever crystal of intention, this is amethyst, and this is about my connection to all. You can have whatever crystals you'd like. Ourselves as we overthink it and we think, oh, what if I could have done this, or I should have done that, or why did I do this, or maybe I should have done this, or oh, what should I do? And a lot of the time we get overthinking and it stops us from moving forward. It creates us to become paralyzed, and that's just awful. So I don't want you to get into that headspace. So whatever one's drawn to you, whatever crystal, whatever supplies that you select to choose is perfect. So it is no wrong way to do this at all. So you can pick a crystal. You usually you would need to make sure I have like something to put your a plate or something, because if you're smudging as you're holding, anybody to get upset in the household, or I don't ruin anything. I don't want to cause any kind of badness. So I try to be overly sensitive to what I'm doing. So you also want to make sure that you have something that you can light with that will work. I don't even know if this is going to work. This was sitting around here, so I'm hoping it will. And then maybe the sticks and stuff that you wanted to burn as well. And then also one thing that I'm going to go ahead and give you this trick is something that you can actually put your smudge bundle in. I like to do this because I want to be able to just slide it right in so that I can put the lid on, and then that way it takes care of it safe-wise as soon as possible. So you want to make sure that you select all of your stuff, and then you're going to want to burn. So when you burn it, you need to know it's not going to actually set on fire. Like it's more of a smolder. It's more of a just like smoke, like an incense burn. So you're going to want to just kind of, so you can see, you don't need to have it like, see, even that amount, see how it's generating smoke? That's okay. You can actually use that if you want to. And depending on how much the edges, see how this is? Okay. And you're going to want to kind of blow on it. And again, I have this right here. So as I'm blowing, okay. Do you see this? See? Okay. Now what you do, okay, you have this, you're going to smudge yourself. So not only you can do your whole area, and what you would do is you go around all the edges. So let's just pretend that the screen is your room. What you would do is you would walk around the room. So you go around, you do your top corner, all around, and you go all around. And the smoke, as you see the smoke, and I've got a little bit, see that? There's not a lot. You don't need a lot. That smoke is going to attach to that negative, and is going to just kind of take the negative away. Now, if to smudge yourself, how to do that now, you want to, there's only a little bit lit on here, so I am going to go ahead and light it just a little bit more because I want to go ahead and stand, and I want it to kind of get smoldering a little bit better so that I can show you how to wave this around to smudge yourself, okay? So you blow on it slightly, see how, okay, now you can see a little bit more smudgy smoke. You can kind of just have it go around you, okay? Around your space, around. Now, some folks do believe, and you kind of want to lift up your legs and have it go underneath your feet too. Now, some folks believe too, my mom is one that actually, she wants you to do it in certain direction so that you can make sure you put it in the 4 directions, that you will do it in that same order. So it's north, right? So it's north, east, south, and west, I believe is how she has you do that. And then you move as you do it all the way around. And everybody, again, it's all about intention. So there is no wrong way, and there is not just one right way. So that's something you need to understand. There are many different ways to do it. And then I just kind of press it down just like this. And that's why I use this. It works really well. And now it's out. Okay. Now, if you don't want to do that, and I'm going to show you how to do that with the paleo stick. If you don't want to do that, you can always take one of the sticks to, oh, if you didn't want to do that, I meant if you didn't want to like put that out, you could have just dropped it right in to here and then put your lid on it. And then you could have set that on the shelf. And that way, when you're ready to do it again, I actually have a little sets like this around where I have a little lighter in there too. So that way I have this and I can just smudge wherever I am. Okay. You can also collect it, and then you end up with little stuff like this, and you can put it in a jar, which also this ash you could use for other things. Okay. And then I have a little paleo stick here. They look like this, or they come in a bag like this. Okay. I actually had this little kit that I purchased just because I wanted to see what it looked like. And it came with a crystal. It came with 2 of these, and it came with the little bundle in here inside this little bag. Okay, which was a little meditation bag, which was kind of cool. So just so you know, but I don't want to burn these yet because they're new and I already have this one started. So when you do the paleo stick, it's the same way. You're going to go ahead, you're going to light. Okay. I got my fan going. I am in the Coachella Valley. It is like 115 degrees, I think, outside right now. So I do have little fans set up around. I'm hoping the microphone is working okay. I'm hoping I have it connected to the right microphone too, and it's not just to my computer, so you don't hear all of the reverberation from all the fans. Anyway, I'm learning. Okay, so we're blowing here again to get the smolder, and this is the paleo stick. This is a really nice scent. This one is the one I usually can burn all the time because everybody... it smells so nice because everybody in the house enjoys this smell. And it smells like rain. It smells like rain to me. It smells like a fresh spring rain. But this is a very interesting stick too. The paleo tree is a very special tree. So if you can read up on that one, that's probably a whole nother little episode about the paleo and the paleo stick and what that's about. But you smudging, you're going to do the same thing with the smoke. Again, see how this one goes out a little bit easier. The paleo, I'm probably saying it wrong. Pio? I don't know. I'll write it in the comments, I guess, so that you guys know. But this is a little stick here. And you just get it. So you have your little smoke. And you just kind of all around you. It's almost like back in the day when you would take the perfume and you would just squirt, 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 squirt. You kind of think it's the same kind of thing with your little paleo stick. Your little stick here. Anyway, so then again, you just kind of rub it out so that it's not there anymore. Now, I will show you one more thing too. A lot of the time I get like the little pieces of the bundles come apart. See, like that one just happened. What I do is I actually can also, when we put them in this little container, you can actually do them so it's not just all like tiny ash. You can't see it through the glass here, but you can actually do that, and you can just set these on fire, and you can actually take that space around, like that glass around, and you can see, now you can just smudge like this. It's kind of like the altar boys in church, right? So, oh, now you don't have to worry about it. See, so it's just smoldering on there, all the little pieces. So the point is, guys, there is no wrong way to do this. Okay. Now I'm going to put this in the little container because there's no way for me to put it out. So what I'm going to do is this, see? Okay. So now you got all that, see? And now this is on fire too. See, so now this is going, and you can just kind of walk around and close it when you're done. And you can put that up on your shelf. Now, the neat thing is all you need to do next time is you just open this up wherever you are. It didn't go out yet. And then you just kind of light it in here, and then you can smudge that way too. So there's no wrong ways, and that gives you an idea where if you don't have a bundle or you don't have herbs that you can bundle like this, that you can actually use whatever herbs that you get. So you can collect them. Just make sure that you don't use anything that's toxic. Be mindful of that. I hope this was beneficial for you. This was my first little live stream. We'll see how this comes out. Thanks so much. And again, this was Energy with Shay Rizzo, Rebecca Rizzo with the red hair. By Shay Rizzo, I'm kind of all of that. And I am from the Coachella Valley. I'm all about finding your happy and staying there. When you're finished, you want to make sure that you smolder this. So as you go ahead and you smudge yourself, you cleanse your space, you ask for ease and flow. Remember, it's all about that intention. Which now ease and flow, as I lit those, that's what I asked for. And then the very last, now that I'm done, we close that up like this. We did this, or we could have let this smolder. And now what you do is my space is ready for me to create, or for whatever it is that I want to do next. And that is the next number 6 on the list. So what you're going to do is when you're finished with your cleansing, you're going to put out, or you're going to let it smolder, whatever it is that makes you happy. And then you can sit in your space and just zen. Love, light, many blessings. If you like this, please subscribe. If there's any topic about, make sure you let me know. I would love to know. I would love to share. Remember, I believe this. I believe that when we find things that make us happy, it helps our vibration shift. And as that vibration shift, it starts to radiate around us, and it bumps into other people, which then touches them and creates a shift within their vibration, which then changes the ripple around them and bumps into others, and then so on and so on and so on. And so you could see, I truly do believe that it's our job, it is our mission in life to find things that make us happy, because that is how we're going to change the world. Love, light, many blessings. Go forth, spread your happy. Peace. Thanks.